Row equivalent in Pandas. Hi everybody, this is Sam with Python Basics, and in today's video we're going to be looking and learning how to create row numbers, numbering rows as you can as a function in SQL, because there are going to be times where you're going to need to do this, and I'll just go ahead and show you a perfect example. So let's just say you have the reason why. First, I'll address the reason why, and then we'll explain how we're going to do this. So, as you can see here, we have a bunch of vendors, quantities, something called marked, and then POs, purchase orders. So, basically, if you look right here, these three are the same. So, accordingly, these three are the same. So, these are like subsets. So what our problem is we only want to count these once, but I need to count all of these. So what I have devised is a very simple solution, is I number these instances. So I would have a column over here that would go 1, 2, 3, because for every time these are the same, number them, because we're going to come back and utilize that later. So we'll get into more of an example of why and really explain it. But right now, I want to come up with a new column that will number every occurrence of this that's the same. And this is literally how simple you would do this in Pandas. So I like to call this row single, because I only want a single occurrence. And this is how simple it is right here. So we take it's going to be a group by. So it's very, very similar and very equivalent to SQL. So I'm going to take my data frame, group by. Then I'm going to pass in my list, group by the vendor and then the PO. Vendor, comma, PO. And that did not make it inside, so let's fix that. Now, this is creating a whole other object. So let's look at this, and this is where, so it's already started. These are the type of aggregate functions you can do associated with group bys. You can find, because this is, like I said, extremely similar. So when you group by, I call it the accordion. So if you were to compress all of these, so if you were to take this and turn this into one row, you would have an instance of one. So when you have an aggregate function, you're basically grouping, or I like to say it the accordion style, compressing. So you can count, you can cumulative count, you can cumulative max, cumulative min, cumulative product, and then cumulative sum. We're going to do cumulative count, but there's a caveat here. So I'm going to show you. This defaults incrementing 0. So let's bring this up. So this is going to begin to count at 0. So this is how you handle this. You're just setting this to 1. You're initializing. It's kind of like, it's very similar to enumerate. Hey, we're starting at 1. So then when I do this, we're used to seeing this now. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So every instance, those are 3 repeats. Then we have 2 repeats. Then 1. Then 1, 2, 3. So this is a very important skill to have and a tool to use. Talked about this in the live stream the other day. For me, it's today. For you, it's a few days ago. Is how would we go through? I want to count this once, and because really we're counting this once, and we'll get into why. Because this is a whole line of information that was originally needed, because you're not going to be given exactly the information you need. You're going to be given a set of information that has been collected that was deemed all the information that was needed during that moment when that thing happened. And then you need to be able to go in and parse and pick out the information you need to solve the problem you've been given. So this is a perfect example of how to count all of some rows and parts of others, is using, in SQL, it's the window function row number, and you partition over these here. And in Pandas, it's when you begin to think of these as columns that are standalone, this begins to make a lot more sense. So if you look at this, we created a standalone column single. Boom. And this is how it was created. It was grouped by accordion press down with vendor and then PO number. And cumulative count, begin to count up as these are the same. And our starting point is 1. So there we go. Real quick video today. We're going to then, next video, show the solution to counting this and summing this and getting a number of how many vendors and how many POs, because you can't count this as a standalone, because you could have all sorts of issues. So there we go. Real quick video today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us today. I hope you really enjoyed today's video. And if you haven't, check out this video right here or this one right down here. And most important, make sure you're hitting this subscribe button and the notification bell. Thanks again for joining us, and we hope to see you next time. Bye guys.